take a little bit of Bob Spurs, famous We Are Live.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It is the very first show on Tottenham Away. Guys, see, I'm not going anywhere. I just have a new home. I was homeless for a day, couple hours, and now I am in Casa, Tottenham Away. And it's good to be here. And I just want to give a big up to Stel, who will be coming on later on, Iggy, JP, Will, Bob, the intros. It's his genius work, and just all the support of the community. And I just want to give a big up to everybody. I'm back on this channel. There will be some different things that I like to talk about other than Spurs Lounge. So I'm really, really excited with the just new opportunities here with Tottenham Away. And my guest of the evening, the very first one, the best coffee in the world. Forget that Colombian coffee, Juan Valdez coffee. All right. If you want the good stuff, the legal good coffee stuff, you need to get up with Ben. You need to go across the pond if you're across the pond. But if you're in the UK, you take that bullet train into the coffee shop, man. The Kaufman Coffee Shop, and get the best espresso so much that you want to kiss your mama.
Yeah.
You want to kiss your mama because she's your mama. But it's good coffee. The coffee man. Ben, how are you doing?
Doing great. It's been a while. It's been a while since we had a chat. It's been a very interesting week of us being disappointed as per usual in this community. And I haven't had to make so many logos this week, which is always good. But if you want to be purple and golded, visit this guy, the home of purple and gold. I turned most of Spurs YouTube purple and gold. I've got the scarf on, and we're going to keep on going. We're going to build this. We're going to unite the family that is this YouTube community, this friendship group that we've put together over the year. And we're going to unite under one banner, and we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to be nice. We're going to prove we're good people. We're not these angry bunch of losers that everyone thinks we are. We're just here for vibes, man. Go to a protest. We're like the best vibes ever. We're like the chill ones. We're great.
And you know what? I'm so unique. And I was such in a rush of editing. I put blue and gold.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hey, until it's sold, we got gold.
We get purple and gold wave in the chat. Everyone spam purple and gold to start off. Show you're here. Purple and gold. Purple and gold. Royal family is all purple and gold. Let's follow the coronation. Let's follow it. Coronating our Spurs community in the purple and gold.
I'm glad you mentioned coronation. Something later. I got something later for the coronation.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I got some. Well, I want to give a big up to those who are here. Before I even start, we got Rob who's in the house.
Big up. You
won a trophy, Division 1 champions. Well done, Plymouth. Yes, I saw that weekend. Big up Rob. Big up Chris.
Number 1 Agon bar in the world. Fact.
Big supporters. Bob Earl, John, Chris Corey. He was also in the house. Says keep the purple and gold flag flying. Order Spurs. Yes, that's the town I want to go to in France. I'm a big wine connoisseur, big wine fan, and so I want to go to Bordeaux and catch a game out there and wine country. We got LA007, purple and gold. Evening, guys. Hope all good today. Iggy will be happy tonight. Yeah. 2-0 early lead for Inter. Man, I was like, ouch. They were really missing Leao. But you know what? worse. 2-0's not a big. It's not a big scoreline.
Not like they're playing away from home in the next game, now, is it? They're playing in the same stadium.
And Syria, Syria, Syria can, I gotta say it pronounced correctly.
I'm not even going to try.
Again. But I said the first name correct. Syria. Big up. Thank you for the love, brother. Big up. Thank you for the love. He's in the house. Yes, I saw those comments by Harry Kane on Twitter. We're going to talk about that. A lot of them were because of Kane's England knockout of the World Cups and Euros. We're going to talk about that. Ramez is in the house. He's an Arsenal fan. Bro, they kidnapped Stell. Yes, they did. They did.
I've not done nothing.
Oh, man. Big up to Ramez. Yeah, I have something interesting to say about Arsenal. I actually think the City game yesterday, because they were huffing and puffing by the end, I think that might help Arsenal in regards to Manchester City. That's a trap game against Everton, in my opinion, for Manchester City. It definitely is.
Out. Get Admiral Akbar.
Yeah. David Clark, big up, big supporter of the channels, is also in the house. Lee Enigma, 27, big up, Lee.
Big
support. Ron, another big supporter. He's in the house. My name is Jeff. He's also in the house. We got, who else in the house?
Ace.
Hey.
Just call him Ace. Looks like
Ace.
Big up.
Big up, big up. We got Ant, who's also in the house. Yep, also in the house. Can we talk what we ate today? Oh, you know what? Possibly. The Bob Spur question of the day, of the week, is coming up.
Yeah.
Bug that's flying around. Only when we stream it live, a fruit fly will come out. Epstein, big supporter. From the beginning. And I just want to give a big up to him. And he's been there since the beginning of just support. Israel Uncovered, big up. Lenik out. Tavistock out. Purple and Gold until the club is sold. We got Deo in the house. Purple and Gold. Sammy is also in the house.
Purple and Golds.
Purple and Gold.
Flying.
We got Emzo.
Big up.
Hope Iggy's okay. Yeah. I don't know if Iggy's going to jump on. I hope he does. He jumps on the stream, but it could be worse. It's only 2-0. You're going to be at home again. So, yeah, Todd Spurs, big up to you, brother. Big up to Ant.
Yeah.
Big up, Ant. Big up. Yeah, I want to go to Bordeaux. I went to Bordeaux as part of my tour of France last year. Nice city. Let me just think England was married to Eleanor of Aquitaine. We learned some things tonight. All right, we got Mr. Post Office, the cousin of Mr. Box Office, Strasbourg Steve here. Okay. Haven't seen the guy since Newcastle got taught football less about Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah. No, big victory. Jazz. Fusion's also in the house. Big up. Get the Treasure is also in the house. Big up. We're going to talk about Aston Villa. Definitely. A.K.A. Aston Martin. I always want to say that. Stay Humble is also in the house. Come on, you Spurs. Roy, Purple and Gold until the club is sold. And Glenn is in the house. Minerals also in the house. Minerals. Big up. Bring it, big boy. Oh, yeah, it's also in the house. And so, we're going to be bigging up everybody who's coming on. This is the first episode on the new channel on Tottenham Away. Daniela Zito is also in the house. And so I want to get to over the weekend, just to kind of recap. the game, and let's see if I can bring good fortune, because I know in the last channel, it took me a while to pull up my videos. It took me a while. It was a running joke. Let's see how successful that I am. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. We're back. We're back.
Yeah, we're officially back. Oh yeah, we're back. Technical difficulties are now over. Here we go.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh.
Hey. The reason why, you know me, I am zany, but Saturday we won 1-0. It was your typical boring game, but I loved it because I got tired of getting our butts whipped, getting our ass whipped, humiliated the past previous games. So it was a typical Antonio Conte game, 1-0, and defensively we were, we had defensive shape. Offensively, not the prettiest, but Harry Kane, King Kane. And so I said the man of the match for me, I put in Mason. You know why, Ben?
No.
You know why? He didn't start Eric Dyer. Man of the match.
Man of the match, okay. I'm on board. I'm on
Mason.
board. I'm
he
on
didn't
board.
start Eric
In the
Dyer.
words of Bob Jett, Mason in. Mason in.
So, what do you think about the lineup when it first came out and you didn't see Eric Dyer's name on there?
To be fair, at the time I was thinking, I don't care about the lineup. I'm going to the Chit King because the Chit King is fantastic. If you've never been to the Chit King, go there. I was happy Dyer wasn't in the team. We know that Dyer is the problem with the team. Dyer is the man who is the antithesis of what is wrong with Tottenham at the moment. 10 years almost of bad decisions, of poor performances, and somehow getting played. If this was at any top 7 club other than Tottenham, this man would be on the first train out of that club. The fact that he's been dropped. Even his mate, Ryan Mason, as everyone calls him, dropped him. And look how much better a team we look. I don't like Long Gap, or Longley is I call him Long Gap because he's a stopgap. I call him Long Gap. Yeah. He's not a good defender. He's too slow. He's good technically, but he's too slow and he's not a good defender. But even he showed competence with Romero. Even with our donut of a midfield that we've got, nothing in the middle, we still showed more competence without Dyer. We looked very, very much in control until Longley went off the pitch with his injury. I hope it's not bad. But as soon as Eric Dyer came onto the field for 4 minutes, we looked shaky. We couldn't pass the ball out the back. We looked totally and utterly hopeless without a captain at the back, because we got no captain anymore because there's no Lloris and Kane's up front too far away from the action. We this guy is now proven. It's now set in stone. It's carved that Eric Dyer needs to be the first one out the door in the summer. If this man gets a contract, which we've heard rumours of him getting a contract, if this man gets a contract, I want to see every single Tottenham fan outside that club shop, because he should be nowhere near this team anymore. Forget about preserving value, about doing this, or him being a squad player, or him being good for the changing room because he speaks all these different languages. The man is shit. Flat out shit. Merda. Merd. However many languages you want to say. Caca. However many languages you want to say.
Finito
is shit. And the closer he is out that door, the better it is. And this is going to be the I Hate Dyer show. It's going to be great.
I usually say hot garbage because garbage smells
Garbage
bad.
is useful, at least. You can use garbage for something.
But hot garbage is garbage where they burn garbage at a landfill. Yeah,
at least
that's
you can warm yourself up with it. You can warm yourself up with fiery garbage. There is nothing decent about Dyer. Nothing good. He's got no technical ability. He's got no leadership capabilities. And most importantly, he's a centre-back that cannot defend. He's a tall centre-back that cannot head a ball. He is a waste of space. He is awful.
He doesn't tackle.
Yeah, doesn't tackle. He puts his arms behind his back and shows them his back. He's got no capabilities in this team. Awful.
Hey,
He's he is, a chocolate teapot. There is nothing useful about a chocolate teapot. Hot liquid goes in and it melts. Get him out the door.
And he represents the fear that runs from the top of the club down to the field to even the fans. Dyer, where there were chances, maybe could have made a challenge, and he just shied off. And I'm over it. I hope he doesn't get a new contract extension. But the scary thing is he's part of that players committee.
Yep.
Meaning that he's part of the players' leadership. And so, I mean, sacrifice him. Bob is in the house.
Yo.
Mason. Just because he took out Dyer, didn't put Dyer in the starting lineup. Mason in. And so you came at the perfect time, Bob. The person who scored the goal, the only goal in the game, is our king, our legend.
Arthur didn't score the goal.
King Kane. He scored off a beautiful assist from Pedro Porro, and he is now second, folks, second behind Alan Shearer for most Premier League goals. Before I throw it out to Bob, I said something in another on previous show about Harry Kane and just how remarkable his season is. Everybody knows Erling Haaland he's a monster. He's a beast at Manchester City. But for what Kane is doing, 26 goals on this team, with the possibility with 3 games left, if he gets a brace and just a couple more goals, to score 30 goals on this team, that is highly impressive. I think that's more difficult than Erling is doing. And I mean, Haaland, I think he is I don't know. I don't want to be biased. I mean, Erling Haaland is a monster.
He's a
but Kane, in a year that I don't even think it's his best season, scoring 26, I don't even think he's had his best season. Explain that, Bob. 26 goals, and it's not even his best season.
By the way, big up. It's been a long time since I've been on a stream with either of you, man. It feels like ages. I seem to be doing I do my morning stream, so I think Ben's normally in bed and you're normally snoring as well, aren't you? So,
come for a coffee, Bob. That's why we've not been on a stream.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, I do need to. I do. Harry Kane for me, the best number 9 in the world. Is better than Haaland. I've always said that. For me, it's all about opinions. But for me, he's the best number 9 in the world, and it's as you were season for Harry Kane. is having a really good season, but is always having a really good season.
Yeah.
It's a standard season for Harry Kane. Anything less than 25 goals, and he's had a shit season.
Yeah.
Last season was a shit season in comparison.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had Sonny knocking out the park, and he had a bit of indifference, let's just say, stance at the beginning of last season. So, understandably as well, where I come from. But
Yeah.
no, it's a standard season for Harry Kane. And Haaland, or as you like to call him, Halal. So, he's knocking it out of the park, man. But he's playing in a team. This is Haaland, where he can afford to miss 3 or 4 chances. I'll tell you what, if Kane had the game that Haaland did last night, with minimum touches, minimum passes received, the Spurs fan base, never mind everybody else, but Spurs fan base would have been on his back. Oh my God, what did he bring to the team? Blah, 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 blah. But Haaland gets away with it because he scores goals. Kane can have a shit game, but I'll tell you what, he's probably going to be our goal scorer. He's going to probably get our winner, or he's going to assist.
He controls the game as well. He controls the game as well when he's involved in the game.
We talk about the header, Ben. Let's not forget his volleyed pass out to Porro in the first place.
Everyone was like, what the hell is that, Harry? No, that was a beautiful pass.
Amazing. Best number 9 in the world, hands down. And for me, it's not even an argument. I put Benzema, I put Lewandowski, I put Haaland in there. For me, year in, year out, as a footballer, as a goal scorer, there's not an all-rounder like Harry Kane. Yeah. The best, put biasness to one side, the best number 9 in the world. Hence, I don't get this whole Harry Kane should leave Spurs for his own good bullshit narrative that's going around. Yes, Alex, I'm talking to you.
I thought you were also going to say that Erling Haaland is an above-average John Carew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He was on this morning. Alex is brilliant.
Yeah, no,
to be fair, Haaland played like an above-average John Carew last night.
Oh, he wasn't allowed. He wasn't allowed to because Bruder had an awesome game yesterday. And we will get to him at some point. But Luka Modric, at 40 years old, just come back for an injury.
Oh.
That was the reason why this guy was one of my 2 heroes growing up. What a footballer! We don't like using the words generational talent, but this is beyond generational talent now. This is one of the top 10 footballers ever. And people can come at me and say, oh, you're deluded. There are better footballers. There are no better footballers of this era than Luka Modric as a footballer. Yeah. Won 5 Champions Leagues, controlling games against elite sides like Manchester City. Yeah. He's in the top 10 ever.
100%. I agree.
I put him above the Iniestas because Modric he's supreme. He's supreme.
There's that talk. There's that narrative that Xavi made Iniesta and vice versa.
Yeah,
they were both. Modric had partner after partner.
Also, they had Busquets in behind him. They were a trio. They were a cohesive unit. Whereas Modric has done it on his own with really one midfielder next to him, and Toni Kroos, who's also a class player. Yeah,
and just the last one on. I think Two Toes said it perfectly regarding the strikers. You put all the other number 9s that I've just mentioned in a Spurs shirt and see if they get the goals. Yeah. See if they get the goals that Harry Kane does. No chance. Even assists. No chance.
Yeah, I was just saying to Aaron that what Bob said. I mean, you took those guys and put them on Spurs and see what they do. Mm-hmm. Another thing I would just say this. I think because we haven't truly properly built around Kane, he's had a few opportunities, and so in those few opportunities, that magic hasn't come in unfairly, whereas Benzema has all these opportunities, right? Because he plays for Real Madrid, right? The best team that money can buy. So he has all these opportunities to have a game like yesterday and people not complain. So I think it's, it's hard to say that about Kane because he doesn't really have those opportunities, that much of the opportunities. And if you bring up England, I mean, he has taken England as furthest as they can go. They haven't won since what, 66? Was it 66 the World Cup? Yeah. So it's it's still kudos to him. So I just think people say that because they want him to leave, because they would want him, Chelsea would want him, Arsenal would want him, and before Haaland came, Haaland came. I'll say it correctly. Haaland came.
Haaland's fine.
City wanted him, and Liverpool would take him. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Those clubs, they would gladly take Harry Kane. So, yeah.
My biggest fear is that City don't win the Champions League and they snap. We've had a Terminator up front all year with a team playing unbelievably well. And I think, you know what? Let's fucking buy Harry Kane. They've got the money to. If they really wanted to, they could pull the trigger and buy Harry Kane and have Harry Kane, Haaland and De Bruyne. They could do it.
Oh,
They've got the money to do it.
it's all up.
Wayne. If they wanted to, they could do it. Then they could say, oh, okay, what we'll do is we'll play Haaland in the Premier League and we'll play Kane in the Champions League. They could do that. City have the funds to do it. If they really wanted to, they could easily buy Harry Kane. It's whether they do it. And the value, as much as Levy's going to want £100 million this year, he's got 1 year left on his deal. If you get if he's not going to sign a contract and we get a £75 million offer, Levy's going to take it. He's going to take it. This is still Levy we're talking about. But at the moment, me and Daigle talked about this the other day. And it's a brilliant situation because he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Because if he lets Harry Kane go for free, we're all going to jump on his back and say, why did you let him go for free? But if he sells him, we're going to be like, why did you sell Harry Kane? It's hilarious. It's really funny how much pressure is now on him to panic and give Kane what he wants. So he stays put. So we're just going to have to sit here for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Another standout player. I don't know if it was the Eric Dyer effect. But Ranjit, wherever you are, I was trying to find his phone number.
Ranjit Royale. We're calling him Ranjit Royale now.
He's supposed to get his hair cut. Emerson, and I'm going to be fair, I'm not the biggest Emerson fan, but I'm going to give him his props. He had the lock and key on Zaha, and defensively, he's better. He shows up. I gotta give him his props. Guys, Emerson, how did you guys think Saturday?
Oh, mate, Mari, you'd be better than Dyer. Fucking hell, man. I'm using my shit analogy. This morning, my shit was really good, but it was still shit. Emerson is still a crap player. Ability is poor. We're not going to go to the next level. Now, are we going to go to the next level regardless under this ownership is a whole different conversation. But if we're thinking about where we should be and not letting Lenik dictate our ambition, we ain't got a place for the likes of Emerson, Davis, Perisic, the way he's playing right now. Dare I say even a Richarlison, my boo-boo. We need better players. Yeah. Emerson, he's had a couple of good games. But if we want to go to the next level, Spurs aren't going to the next level with Emerson as a first 11 in our team. That's my belief. That's my opinion.
There's something, though, about Emerson, though. I agree with you about Emerson's ability and this, that. We can talk about this all day. In terms of competence and mentality, he's actually really decent. He works as a team. He works with the players around him. When he did that 1-2 with Richarlison, he's got the ethic. If he had the ability that matched his ethic, he'd be class. Of course, that's why Conte played him. He didn't play him because he was the best footballer in the world or the best wing back. He was terrible as a wing back. The reason someone like Conte, who looks at mentality first, played him.
Always played him. Yeah.
He always played him. It's because he's got the mentality. He's got the team ethic. If you asked any of those players who would die for the badge, he's probably one of the first people that would throw himself on the sword. He's got the mentality. And you can sort of, as a defender, you can teach defensive solidity. He's got that defensive those three that came into the team of Longley, Romero, and Emerson. They showed they worked as a unit for once. They're not the best three. I think Longley is awful.
100%.
And I think him and Emerson, those three actually worked as a defensive unit for once. And you could add Davis into that as well. They worked as a unit and it worked well. Whereas we've got Dyer that charges out and starts pointing. Oh, you do? No, it's not. Defending is not a one-to-one game. Defending is a unit game, and we act like a unit.
I agree. I just think if we're gonna, progress,
yeah.
I just don't. But I think I said this before. In January when Conte had to get rid of a right wing back, and the form that Doherty was showing last season, the amount of confidence that Emerson would have got by Conte coming in and saying, okay, Doherty, you're gone. I'm keeping you, Emerson. And he's been good ever since. His performances have improved. And you're right, as in a unit, he is good. I just think if we're looking at the bigger picture isn't allowed sometimes under this ownership. If we're looking at the bigger picture, we need better than Emerson. But I agree with you. As a unit,
need that leadership role. We don't have a leader there's only one leadership candidate for me in the entirety of our midfield and our defence, and that is Bentancur. He's the only one that has any sort of able to conduct. That was his role. I mean, I always say this story. The first time I saw Bentancur come on the pitch for Spurs, he was already sorting out the field. He is a leader.
Yeah.
He is the guy you need. But we need that at the back. We need a Lewis Dunk. Someone that exudes leadership. I am the pillar. I'm the one that's going to hold you up. That's who we need next to a Romero, who is a loose cannon at the best of times. That's what we need. We need someone like an Otamendi, a Lewis Dunk, back in the day, a Yap Stam or a Ledley King, or even a Michael Dawson who didn't have the
Tongan Dawson. Yeah,
Tongan. We need a pillar. We need a pillar in the defence that's going to be there, sturdy. That's what we don't have.
Yeah.
We have no spine at the back. And we sort of got that, but it's a crap spine. But if we can really reinforce that spine, I think we can be...
It needs a fusion, that spine.
Yeah.
Doctor talk right there.
Surgery.
Yeah. And so you brought up Romero, probably one of his best games in weeks, maybe because Dyer wasn't there. But it was I think one of his best games in weeks, and shows if he has the right partnership. I forgot who said this. I'll give a big up to David Harris because he always talks about partnerships. And someone else was talking about, Iggy was talking about partnerships. I think if Romero has a proper partner, like Otamendi or Martinez, like he has in Argentina, and when he was defending the year of Atalanta, this is a guy who could be in our club for the next couple of years. I find it's crazy talk that people are saying, get rid of him in the summer. And my mindset is, wait, hold on. We have a long laundry list of players that we need to get rid of. You want to add Romero to the list, which is ridiculous. I think if we build, someone put Paul Torres, I said Ndicka or a Tomori.
There's one defender we should get.
Tomori.
There's one defender we should spend big money on.
Tomori.
the City defender, what's his name? French guy.
Oh,
Laporte. He's not playing. He is a quality centre back.
I like
He's got not long left on his contract. We should get a Laporte in. Experience, quality on the ball. That is the defender we need. Like maybe for a couple of years because he's got a bit of an injuries issues, but that is a defender we need. Someone with a bit of class, someone that's good in the air. Glenn is saying Joachim Anderson would be good as well. But if we got in a Laporte, that would be a brilliant signing of centre back, and we could get him because he doesn't play at City. He doesn't play ever.
Yeah,
if we spent the money on him, which we've got the money, that's the sort of defender you'd say, okay, now we can start to improve. It's not a long-term fix, but that would be a good signing if we can get them.
We can't get Kim Min-jae. He's going to be priced out. I heard City is interested in Kim Min-jae. United, Real Madrid is looking at Kim Min-jae. We had our chance to Kim Min-jae. That boat sailed a long time ago. But I like Tomori from AC Milan, and he's English too.
He's a very good defender.
He got ripped tonight, though, didn't he?
Yeah, surprisingly. Yeah.
Of all people, Dzeko.
Dzeko, yeah.
Dzeko can still do it. Dzeko can still do it.
Ash, you're in the house. We were talking about big up Ash Maddock, who's in the house representing South View Coys. We'll talk about man of the match candidates. I had Mason because he didn't put Eric Dyer in the starting lineup.
I love that.
Harry Kane, King Kane, of course. I had Emerson, and what about Romero? Who stands out to you during Saturday's game?
Woo, it's a tough candidate, you know. Whoa, you know what it is? I'll just go through all of them and then I'll just say my piece. So I'll give Mason his dues because he did his due diligence. People complaining that, you know, we didn't play it attacking enough, but after getting spanked by a Newcastle, obviously 6 or 7, whatever it was, and then obviously we played United, we went down 2 early, and then we got 2 back, and then against Liverpool we conceded 4. I can understand why he wanted defensive solidity. And I think he got the best out of the bunch by dropping Dyer. I think that was a smart move. Bringing in Romero and Longley working together. And then I think the formation tweak really worked because he put Emerson Royale in, which allowed Porro to be more free and more attack-minded. So it gave him a lot of freedom. We saw the best of for Porro on that side, on that right-hand side. Really saw what it was about. His crossing, his delivery was brilliant, and obviously scored the goal. Helped score the goal for Kane, to get the assist for Kane, sorry. I thought on the ball, we were 3-4-3, which was clever. And then off the ball, we were 4-4-2. So that meant that in the final third, we pressed Palace a lot with 6 players. Normally we press with 5, but Mason had a choice to press with 6 and made Porro the 6th man, which restricted the amount of chances they had because they've obviously got Elise, Zaha and Eze. They were limited to their chances, and even the chances they had weren't like clear-cut chances compared to like, you know, Son had a clear-cut chance that Romero put in. And I think like he deployed Romero in the center and made him play a bit more forward. So he kind of came in that kind of 6 role and he was doing those long balls over the top. And I thought that was a good tactic as well. So I just think defensively, he got it right. That was a good display. Moving on from Mason, the next one I think was, who was the next person?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Harry Kane was great because I'll just talk about the goal because the goal was sensational. He picked up the ball like nothing was really on in that midfield. I felt like in midfield sometimes Højbjerg was missing, points a lot of fingers, weighs a lot of arms, skips a bit too far back for me. So there was nothing really on. So what Harry Kane does, he's done it time and time again. He's dropped into the hole, dropped in the midfield, picked the ball up, sprayed it wide. Obviously, Porro's played it back into him and he's there to finish it off. So he's done the key pass to make the move. And then he's also there to finish it off. I mean, he's done that for us so many times. So I just wanted to commend him.
I can't believe you said it in the hole and Bob didn't go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is this Bob? I don't Bob.
Motherfucker.
To ask you a question, whose season, and to think about it, it seems unthinkable. Whose season has more impressive, Haaland or Harry Kane with 26 goals, has a possibility to score 30 goals on this team?
Who's the question to?
No, to you.
Oh, to me again. All right, sorry. So I personally think the dross that surrounded Kane, if he was at Man City and doing that same stuff, like he would have maybe doubled, because I think like Haaland's actually learning off Kane. I think Haaland's watching videotapes. I think Pep's put out the tape and said, "Go and study Kane, please," because at the start of the season, Haaland was complaining, saying, these men aren't playing me in. Like, I'm always in, but they're not playing me. They're not finding me." But now, if you watch the game against Arsenal when he played, he was dropping off, winning balls, and then he fed De Bruyne. Remember, De Bruyne scored the banger. That was because Haaland dropped off and did a Kane. So you could tell that Haaland's been studying Kane. He's like, "No, Kane's king."
You know what they used to call him at Dortmund, or what Haaland used to call Harry Kane at Dortmund?
No, educate me.
They called him Professor Kane.
There you go. I love that.
Professor Kane.
Ash, I just love the fact you still refer to videotapes. That's wicked, man. You got the youngsters going, "What the fuck? What?"
BT, my bro.
Like VCR. VHS. Bring back the VHS.
Roll BT.
I even go vinyl.
Vinyl,
Yeah, man.
Emerson. Next person.
Emerson, you know what Emerson gave us? Like, a lot of the time I saw it against AC Milan. Balls go over the top. Porro misses the header. Kadoosh! Someone gets in behind. Boom, they score a goal. Another team, I can't remember if it was Sheffield or I can't remember, but it happened again. The way to get like past Porro, go long over the top. I think it was Liverpool, diagonal over the top. Him and Porro don't know what to do. Boom, they score. Do you know what I'm saying? With this man in the back, aerially, as a fullback, he's defensive minded first, so he's good at picking up those balls in the air, winning those headers, and also just defensively 1v1. You saw it against Man City how good he was against Grealish. Him and Grealish couldn't have. He had him in his pocket. He's come back after his surgery, and he's just been on it like electric. He's just been like scale electric. He's just been on it hard. And I just think his tenacity, his athleticism as well, is able to not just run up and help when we're going forward. He also runs and gets back as well. And then what he offers as well. Sometimes when Porro pushes up, he tucks into the back three. So that's just another like formation tweak that he helps us. He gives us solidity in defense. I'm not saying he's our right centre back. He's the answer to our problems. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying in that game
he's got the mentality, he's got the team ethic, and he's got the
like it is what it is. You ain't got a through ball on them. You can't switch to play. You can't cross. You can't shoot. But when I'm talking about defense, like every player, you just got to know your role. You got to know your place. Look, if you got two left feet, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Not everyone can be a better shooter. Not everyone could be a Cafu. You know what I'm saying? So just know your role. He does what he does, and he does it well. And he helps that cog in. He's like a little cog in the wheel. He helps everyone just transition along. Romero was just in that position. He used to play at Atalanta. He used to play in the back three, but he was the first man. He was like the top man in the three, and the two used to sit behind him in Atalanta. And I felt like when he dropped back into position on the weekend, he knew exactly what to do. He felt like at home. He just looks more natural, and he's more front-footed. He's slightly further forward now, so he just claps plays. He's assertive, and like that performance, it kind of bred onto other players. As soon as he went in, even Ben Davies, he wanted to be a bit more front-footed, and he wanted to clamp in. And it's kind of contagious when you've got someone that's kind of like, you kind of want to go with him. Like that was my not Lion King. That was my Wizard of Oz impression. But yeah, but you get what I'm saying. He's coming back to like what he does naturally, you know. You can take a tiger out of his habit, but he's still a tiger. Like that's what it is.
A lot of it gets made of Lenglet's passing abilities, supposed passing abilities. I'd say Romero easily, hands down, is our best passer.
Yes.
That pass to Sonny. Oh, he's done that back-to-back weeks.
Yeah,
Sonny
that's it.
scored.
I think that kind of helped Mason decide that through ball to Sonny against Liverpool over the top. And I thought,
Oh,
I mean, if he constantly plays in that position, there's many a balls he'll find to Sonny or Kulusevski. I don't know if you're talking about him, but are we keeping him next season?
no, he helps. He also helps starts the counter, and I'm gonna bring that up. Arnie Slot, no, not Arnie Slot. Sport Lisbon coach, because of the back three and what he wants the back three to do. Actually, Arnie Slot too, and what Romero does. I tell people he actually starts the counter because he's trying to get that tackle to get that break going. All right, he made a dumb tackle, but he at least he's trying on offense as a center back to get things going. So no, it's
I don't know what you guys think, and I get where it's coming from. The whole, Romero. Let's be honest, he hasn't been great since the World Cup. He's kind of put his feet up, has retired, hasn't he? He thought, I've won it all, and he hasn't been great. But as much as I understand the whole narrative of if he had a better defender alongside him, he'd play better and all that, I think maybe sometimes he's getting away with it. He has been shocking.
He is,
if he's that good a defender, he should be performing at his top level week in, week out. Regardless of
the guy next to you,
I can see why he gets carried away. He's making up for the other shit positions around him or tackles that are going free, and he feels he's the better one to get. I understand that, but his levels have dropped, and I just think having a bringing a solid partner, fair enough. But are we going to make excuse for him if not, or no, not if, but when that solid partner has a loss in form or gets injured? Are we going to say, oh no, Romero's not going to perform as much? I think regardless of partner, he should be playing at a top level. And I do think sometimes this season with the Spurs fans, he's probably got away with it. I don't know what you guys think.
I personally think he has had a few performances which have been noticed. I think they have been noticed. To be fair, to be totally honest, like when he wasn't playing well, that AC Milan game, people were calling him out. He was a part of what other team was it? What other game we played really bad? People were really like digging him out at one point, saying, and you know what? It was good because at one point he was invincible. We thought he was flawless. And even when he did mistakes, people didn't want to call him out. Oh, he's our best defender. And it's like that point you were saying, Bob. Oh, yeah, it's because the defender's next to him. But no, he's been up and down. And like you said, since that World Cup, I think it was that we fell out of love with him when he got injured, and the Spurs medical team were like, "Nah, he can't play." And then all of a sudden, Argentina medical squad were like, "Nah, brother, he's cool. What are you talking about? They're gonna smoke in this. Go do your thing." Do you understand? And I think that's when the Spurs fan got triggered and they fell out of love. I think that was the first
Our
sign.
medical team is shit, though. They do nothing.
I echo Ben because he did an interview. He did an interview in Argentina. He did some interview, and he said something about the medical team. And you notice the next day he put an apology. He's like, "Oh no, I didn't. I was misquoted. I mean, they shut him up. They shut him up."
Oh, right.
But he was right. Our medical team are shit. They're awful.
Shit.
They're awful.
Uruguay. Better go to South America. He can't stay here.
Medical team.
Yeah. But even Conte called it out. Conte's like, "What's wrong with this medical team?" What is it?
Yeah.
It's ever since then we kind of like, and then the performances dipped, and we're like, "Yeah, that World Cup. I don't even know if it's for Spurs."
Spot on Leslie. He did. Yeah. He wasn't. He was shocking against AC Milan. And then again, Tottenham Hotspur were as a team. We were just rubbish against AC Milan. No oomph there. There's one player that we who brings the oomph, or as Ash would say, to the team, and that's Romero. And we had none of that against AC Milan in both legs. So
man of the match of the weekend. I just had to throw this out there. Doesn't play for Spurs, but Napoli. Congrats. Yes, they won the Scudetto.
And Dembele,
I always
Angelini, DJ Galini, yeah.
Man of the match, I give to Zlisky because he didn't give two shits. He's in his not his boxers, his tiny. Those are not tiny whiteys. And He's giving press conferences. The fans are jump on his back. And I just want to just mention man of the match right there, man.
Right.
That's a wild boy, man. That is a wild boy.
I mean,
You've
is
got
that
to
what
give
it
it
takes
to-
to make
gotta
you win
give it to
championships?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I think everyone's got to take the shorts off.
That's it.
Pause.
Pants, man.
It
So,
might be about function with Eric Dyer. I don't know if we want that. He
no,
might.
Derek says he's wearing pants. Eric Dyer is
His
pants. So
pants,
it's big.
yeah.
His
There's
pants.
a difference. There's a difference.
Oh man, guys, let me let you guys know this. If you guys did not know, well, now you get to know. We don't have a manager,
Oh,
but we have the distinct ability. I'm not gonna say this because I don't want people to throw up, but let's just say we was Daniel Levy for a day.
right. I'm getting my hat.
Oh man,
Fuck.
I know I just cursed.
I've got my sick bowl.
I know I just cursed. If you were Daniel Levy for a day. Oh boy. Here we go. What's the big thing? It was- All right.
Con's sex scandal. That's brilliant.
Had to put that there. Spin the manager wheel. I was trying so hard to find a spinner, so unfortunately I couldn't find a spinner. So I'm just gonna go any meeny miny mo for Ben. You are Daniel Levy.
There you go.
You get to interview Ryan Mason. Pros: happy morale with friends. Cons: experience. Ben, do you hire Ryan Mason?
Hell no. I'm not.
Okay. Why not? Elaborate.
Shawshank Redemption, and I'm not going to
You
hire
fuck
Ryan
off with
Mason.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody has any say about Ryan Mason?
Yeah, keep Mason in. It's irrelevant. Under this ownership, it's. So I'm going to have the same answer for all of them, man. Until we get a change of mentality, ownership, whatever it is. But if things are going to stay the same as they are under Leanick at the moment, it's irrelevant. Keep Mason in because there's no point. There's no point.
Mason needs to learn his craft. He needs to learn his craft at a Leyton Orient style team, a League One team, a Championship team. He needs to learn the ropes. He needs to come out of the comfort bubble that is Tottenham, where everyone's going to be nice to him, make him cups of tea. He needs to be the boss. He needs to go into a new club, Greek pastures new.
Why?
Because he hasn't got any experience. He's not got.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying, Ben. It doesn't matter, does it?
Become a good
No,
manager.
has more badges than him. Coach badges.
Manager.
I'd put the tea lady in charge. It's irrelevant. Honestly, it's irrelevant. Under this ownership, whoever we get in I only say Mason because he's going to be the go-to man every time we.
There's only one man for the job, Bob. There is only one man for the job. He's got experience. He's got the know-how. He's got all the things we wish.
Don't say Alex Box Office.
No,
Big
it's David Pleat. Bring back David Pleat. He's been the manager 3 times. I'm lucky. David Pleat is my guy. 78 years old. He's got the experience. He's got the wisdom. He's got a great nose. He knows all about Leicester on the curbs, and he's my guy.
Okay.
Get Christian Gross in as well as his director of football.
Ash, I would assume this is a nay on you.
Friends, hey. Ones you can depend on. Hey, friends. Hey, let's go. Ones you can just trust on.
That's it. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
That's the best
Mason
Houdini.
Mason in. There you go. He's got his answer. He's got your answer.
All right. Ruben Amarin. Pros. Favors a 3-4-4 formation. It can quickly change to 5 at the back formation when the team is defending. Favors a back 3 structure. Okay, that's which is good for our team, especially because we got the wing backs and we play with 3 center backs for most of the year. The cons, and I put this as a big con, very opinionated. People say that it's hard, difficult to work with us because we're all Daniel Levy. And Mr. Emery is very, very opinionated. Rumor had it that he was saying that, Tottenham kills coaches' careers.
Yeah.
So, Ben,
he's a genius if he can get an extra player on the pitch. We desperately need that with Eric Dyer on the field. We need that extra player.
3-4-4, yeah.
Yeah, 3-4-4.
Oh, sorry.
3-4-3.
We've got an extra player on the field.
And with Daniel Levy.
Extra forward.
If it was up to Levy, it would be.
With Daniel Levy here, with non-football people.
The most important thing though is he's expensive as well. He's expensive.
Okay.
Levy does not like opinionated managers. We've just had one.
That's why I put opinionated. Jose Conte. This guy's gonna pick a fight with Levy in the board.
He's expensive. What's his release clause? Like £25 million? Hell no, is Daniel Levy paying 25 million for a coach? Hell no. So it's not happening. Tottenham fans will not accept another coach that plays 3-4-3. Which I think I like the 3-4-3 system because I've grown up watching Italian football and I've spoken with many Italian managers. But Tottenham fans will throw this out the door if it's another 3-4. For some reason, I don't understand why 3 at the back is such a naughty word. I like the 3 at the back system.
I don't think it's 3-4-3. Well, then, yeah, at the moment it is 3-4-3. But when you see favours a back 3 structure, intense pressing, I'm sorry, if you've got a Dyer, Sanchez, and Davis in the back 3,
can't do that.
You ain't going to get an intense pressing. That's what I mean. Yeah. At the moment, it's all about getting whoever it is irrelevant because we need the players to play in a 3-4-4 Mari or a 3-4-3 or intense pressing
extra
or whatever. Yeah, exactly. It means I'm gonna come across as a bit of a negative Nancy, but we need the players. Get these managers in. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I was jizzing off when Conte came in. But there was always that aspect, and I put that on the day he got appointed, I put a tweet out. It's all going to be irrelevant if he's not backed and given the players to work his system. And
my analogy is there's no point a coffee shop employing someone like me if you don't have a good coffee machine and a good grinder. There's no point. If you're going to give me Ilian Lavazza coffee and a crap coffee machine, your coffee's still going to taste awful. I can do all I can with my experience, my know-how. It's still terrible equipment. You need to have good equipment. You need to have a good, united workforce. Our workforce believe they are the ones in power. It goes back to the All or Nothing documentary. Whenever Danny Rose had an argument with Jose Mourinho, I'm going to go and speak with Daniel.
I'm going to speak Daniel, yeah.
Yeah. He undermined his line manager.
And you're right.
We need a manager who is the boss. You go to your boss, he goes to his boss, and he goes to his boss. Instead of saying, I'm just going to undermine the entirety of everyone, we just go straight to the boss. We
all need a good grinder. Oh, yeah.
We need a structure of a football club. We need a proper management structure where everything works. Instead of this player power nonsense that we've got at the moment, we've had for 10 years. It's time to go.
Yeah or nay, Ash?
Quick question, because I'm trying to play the game, right? Am I Levy with my own mind, or am I Levy with Levy's mind?
You're Levy with Levy's
For the
mind.
day, for the next 10 minutes.
So I say day.
I don't know, mate. There's no point because for him to work, we probably need a sporting director from Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
So we could just steal their whole youth, and it's just cheaper that way, and we don't have to spend no money. I don't know if that's a cheat code, but that's my answer, and I'm done.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. You're Daniel Levy. So I think everybody has a name because of their opinionated, because we don't work with opinions other than mine. Next coach, manager. Vincent Company, pros, just won the championship with Burnley. Attacking-minded football, fluid football, more like Arteta rather than Guardiola. Because people assume it's automatically Guardiola, but it's more leaning towards Arteta style football. He deviates from a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. I got it correct, and a 4-1-4-1. The cons lacks top flight experience, but I should put pros. He will be cheap for my wallet. Let's start from the bottom up.
He won't be cheap anymore because he's just signed a contract.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta buy out the contract. Yeah, we gotta buy out the contract.
That's why he signed that contract, didn't he?
Yeah.
Really get a bit of moolah.
So we'll start from the bottom this time. Daniel Levy, asthmatic.
Oh Lord! By the time I'm finished with you, company, we'll change the name from
Oh
the
yeah.
to a C. Your head, you see that head? It'll go even wider.
Oh yeah.
You know that? What's that alien? What's it called? Megamind. You turn it to Megamind.
Megamind, yeah.
Because the amount of stress I'll be giving you, man. You'll be asking for players. I'll be like, yeah, but why not this player? Yeah, I know you like this one, but what about this guy? Yeah. I can't see it.
Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, I can't see a Levy risking it all for a manager that hasn't got the top flight experience. He's done well in the championship, but is that enough for him to risk it? Will Kane stay with a company? Who knows? That's it.
Yeah. Bob? Yeah or nay?
Yeah, it's if he wants to get ruined, then yeah. If I'm Daniel Lewis, I'm like, I'll be like, oh, Jay Rodriguez, he still plays for Burnley. How much would he cost to bring to Spurs in replacement of a Harry Kane? But yeah.
Ben? Yeah or nay?
Big up Sam Boy. He's giving me shit all night. He comes into the YouTube streams and leaves comments like, I don't want to even go into it. Sam Boy, ask away, man. But yeah, I get up in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Always there.
It's the same reason I don't want Mason as the manager. He needs to learn his craft. He needs to learn what he is as a coach. He's only been the coach for a coach at a biggish club for a year. He didn't do too well in Belgium. I don't know if that's because of the structure of the club and it wasn't allowing him to be successful. He needs to learn his philosophy and his craft. Like, you can't make that jump from Burnley to Tottenham instantly. Arteta learned his craft for many years under Pep Guardiola, probably the best coach of the last 20 years other than Sir Alex Ferguson. He learned his craft. He had many a time to learn what his style and philosophy of football was. You can't shove this man into a club in total turmoil and expect him to work. It will be a disaster. It will be a disaster. Let him learn his craft at Burnley. And eventually when Pep Guardiola leaves, he's going to go to Manchester City anyway. So there's no point. He's going to go to City whenever Guardiola leaves. If he is proven to be as good as we possibly think he's going to be as a coach, he's going to City. He's not going to Tottenham. Yeah. Let's face it. So, mate, we need a manager that's going to steer the club. All
right. We'll start Bob on this one. Pros. He just won the Eredivisie with Feyenoord. Builds up play, is very vertical, crisp, and rapid. meaning that there has to be a lot of precision. It has to be tight. Oh yeah, it has to be perfect. Think about our team. um, 1-4-1-4-3-3
Is
mainly
the
in
one the goalkeeper? Is the one the goalkeeper? Yeah.
yeah, European Cups. Another
An extra player.
Yeah.
1-4-3-1. Now he has a plus. His ability to develop young players because you know how cheap we are.
Yeah.
But the only con he lacks top flight experience.
Well, Eredivisie, is it technically a top flight?
Yeah, Champions
It's not
League.
it's not one of the top leagues, but it's definitely a top flight.
Yeah. So yeah. So Bob, are you yay or nay? And also, if we win games, the memes, right? With the word slot. Spurs win, slot victory. You know, for those gamblers pulling the slots. Just say you can do a lot of slots.
Putting my whole narrative to one side because I do think it'd be irrelevant right now. I don't know much about him. Yeah, I've seen obviously prior to him being linked to Spurs. Apparently, he's really keen on a move to Spurs. Oh, bless him. He don't know what the fuck he's letting himself in for. Yeah. I mean, he's done okay. He's done a very Pochettino-esque kind of build, hasn't he? He's brought a mid-table. He's gone into a mid-table team who haven't been performing that well, and he's brought his own ideas and a way of playing to the side, and they've been semi-successful. Has he reached the limit? Has he got as far as he can with that team? With Feyenoord, who are a massive team, by the way, in Holland. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, bring him in. Fuck it. Bring him in as well.
All right, so yay.
I think the reason you bring in Arnie Slot is you can have Levy bald, Lewis bald, Scott Mann bald. All you need is a bald director of football and a bald coach. And then you've got all the bald people. You can line them up like Skittles and play bowling. It'd be great.
Yeah. Or you could go with Tom, big up Tom, Arsene Wenger, Miguel Arteta, Arne Slot. And the sluts go down. Slot, not sluts.
It's just on about his evening.
Yeah.
Ash?
Yeah, you know what? Eredivisie, Feyenoord haven't won the title since since maybe 10 years. So you have to put some respect on it a little piece. Like the first time he jumped on them, he got them third. And then this season, obviously, looks like they're going to win a title. So you have to say, look, Levy's looking at it and thinking, I'll probably do a Joe, I'll probably bring him in, and then when the results go bad, I fire him at half time. That's it.
Feyenoord is an interesting one because I would like to see him manage Feyenoord in the Champions League to see how he does in top European competition. I think he should have one more year at Feyenoord before he makes it. It's that usual thing though with prospects out of the Dutch league. As soon as they get a chance to go to the Premier League and big money, they take it. It's because I don't know how much less the money is for a coach in Eredivisie, but maybe he's thinking, oh, I can save this poison chalice. Give me the role.
He's trying to force his way out. Currently, he's trying to force his way out.
I mean, anyone that wants to be the Tottenham manager, I mean, God help you. He probably should go to an asylum, not to Tottenham. He's
yeah. No, it's true. It's true. He wants Tottenham. I'll do this one first. Luis Enrique. Pros, attacking brand of football. Favorite shape is 4-3-3, but also regularly experimented with the 3-4-3 and the 3-4-2-1. 9 trophies, including a treble with Barcelona. Cons: win now, major rebuild, opinionated. I'm Daniel Levy. I'm saying I want top 4 money. I want Kane and Sonny to be happy. I want to fail another manager. Jose Conte. Luis Enrique is the perfect manager. Yes, Luis Enrique. Yes, I know I'm not going to get his players to play tiki-taka Tottenham football. Yes, I know it's a major rebuild, but because he won the trouble, I believe he can turn water to wine, and he's going to have Eric Dyer, Ben Davies, Hoiberg playing like Stevie G. He's gonna have Skip be Luka Modric 2.0. Luis Enrique, that's the perfect guy. Win now manager again. Yes. Off to you, Ben.
I don't want another win now manager at Tottenham. It's a waste of their time. They might as well do something useful. It's getting Luis Enrique is exactly what Bob says about the Shawshank Redemption. It's a waste of my time.
Yeah.
That is what Bob said about the Shawshank Redemption. And that is exactly what getting Luis Enrique.
Mate, I don't even talk about it. If you start talking about Shawshank, I'm leaving the stream. What an overrated piece of shit.
Whoa, buddy.
Luis Enrique is the Shawshank Redemption for potential Tottenham managers. It will not work. It will not work because he needs a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying, Ben. Why is any other manager going to work?
A manager that will fit that. So a Nagelsmann, for example, we'll get to Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann would work because he's got experience with bringing youth players into the team, and that would work. If he wants to ruin his career even more than he has, feel free. Luis Enrique would be a disaster. We'll be back here in 18 months. Bob's got a stream ready in 18 months. Yeah. And we'll be in that stream. And we're going to be like, yep.
That's why I want Luis Enrique. For us streamers, this is a lot more content.
Pricey, I'm not saying the Shawshank Redemption is a work. Bob is saying it's not a work about. So direct your attention to Bobjit, please. Big up, buddy. This does not work as a manager. It would be terrible. I like Enrique as a manager when he's got good players. We don't have good players. We have shocking players. We've got Dyer. We've got Davis. We've got Højbjerg, otherwise known as Danish Dyer. We've got French Dyer and Longley. We've got Danish Dyer and Højbjerg. We've got English Dyer and Dyer.
And Swiss. And Swiss Dyer in Dyer.
We've got Swiss Dyer. We've got French goalkeeper Dyer in goal.
Yeah. Who's going to Saudi Arabia, by the way, apparently. £100,000 a week.
Yeah.
If he wants to do that, feel free. But we've got a team of Eric Dyers, and that's not going to work because Lever's going to be like, I love Eric Dyer. He's my best buddy. You're going to play him with my other best mate, Harry Winks.
But he speaks different languages, Ben.
The only way I will back Eric Dyer is if he comes out and says that Kit Kat is a biscuit. And I can then point at people like Bob and say, that is a chocolate bar. You're on the side with Eric Dyer. Deluded fools.
Ash, Luis Enrique.
Hasta luego, hasta la vista, hasta mañana, hasta no way, hasta noche. I don't know how many hasta la vistas I need to say. But win now, we tried it. Conte told me about myself. Didn't feel like getting hotted up again. So, with Enrique, what can I say? 9 trophies and a treble. Wow.
It's too much.
We need to focus on paying for Zeski, which is about 40 million or so. We need to finish off paying for who else do we need to pay for? Romero? Is it Romero we need to finish off?
Romero,
we saw
Bentancur,
Yeah. Keep going.
Sakura.
Keep going. I'm
Would
sure
you
there's
would you
more.
pay? Would you pay?
Richarlison.
Would
Maybe
you
like
pay?
you saying what?
Would you
Even
pay
before-
35, 40 million for Kulusevski now? Honestly,
I think
And
it's,
then
30,
obviously-
it's 30 for Kulusevski. It's
yeah.
30.
Would you pay that?
Well,
Right
for
now.
Kulu,
For
30.
me, yes. Because he's shown he's a quality. He's had injury problems this year, so I'll give him another year. But he's still young, so he retains that value. If someone wants to buy him in the next year, I wouldn't let him go to Juventus. Back to Juventus.
Kulu has this season another team. Say the season he's had with us this season, he's had it at another team, and the previous season at another team. Say he's had the season from 2 years ago with an Everton, and he's had this season with an Everton. Would you go in for 30 million for him?
Probably
Well,
not. But
no.
we've seen him. I'll give him another year. I'll give him another year, and so he can regain that form. It's another one of those things. We've run him into the ground because we haven't had a decent backup for him. We've run him into the ground. It's whatever. I think Kulusevski might work as a number 10 if we go to a 4-2-3-1. He might work as a number 10 because he's got that sort of.
I mean, like for
30
me,
million for
Kulu,
Kulusevski would be a good idea, I think.
I think Kulu's had, by his standards, a poor season, but
Yeah.
it hasn't. So I can't just put it
They've
on
all been
Kulu.
shocking.
I can't be like Kulu.
Apart from Harry Kane, they've all been shocking.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. And Bentancur, possibly you could put Bentancur in there as well.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team.
Bentancur has had a long injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he gets out of the equation. But I could say like players of Son's underperformed. Kulu's had 8 goal contributions, which is by his standard very low. Do you know what I mean? But if you look across the league, 8 goal contributions, it's not the worst. You want a bit more from a wing forward or.
He's also missed a lot of time this year with injury as well. He's also missed a lot.
Consideration. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I would keep my powder dry on whether Decky should go or not.
I just think after all the loans, remember we got to consider the loans as well, guys. I'm just talking about how much money we spent, but how much is that loan bill going to be? How much is that wage bill going to be? Like 200 grand for Ndombele, Lo Celso on how much bucks? Do you know what I mean? I said bucks, I meant pounds, euros, whatever. Yeah. But it's like it's crazy. It's we've got what 7 players, 8 players. One of them we had to cut the contract. And I haven't put my hand in my pocket yet, so I don't think I can find the money for Enrique, to be honest, to build his tiki-taka style football squad. And he's going to demand players. He is. Technical ones.
Don't get me wrong, we should invest. We should be investing. We will invest regardless of it being a slot, being Enrique. But I think the levels of spending changes on who we bring in. Or does it? Under this ownership, does it? Does it really? Does it matter? Same old bullshit.
David, play it in.
Yeah,
So we'll start with Bob on this one. Brendan Rodgers, pros, experience, title run with Liverpool. He's won the FA Cup with Leicester City. Recognized as a manager committed to a free-flowing possession brand of football, and has also demonstrated throughout his career to be flexible. But his cons is he's failed with expectations. He's almost kind of retreaded, like tires, and kind of stale. But this is as a pro. I just thought about it because I'm Daniel Levy. He will be more of a yes man and it wouldn't be taking too much in regards to spending because Brendan is more of, I work with what I have.
I know signing on fee.
Yeah. So, Bob, yeah or nay? Brendan Rodgers.
He always comes across a bit wet. I don't know. He's always he's a bit meh, isn't he? He threw his Leicester team under the bus.
Yeah.
After, was it Forest they went out to? He threw them under and never recovered. I don't know, man. Yeah, he was great at Liverpool. I'll say great at Liverpool. A very Spursy thing to say because he didn't win anything. He didn't win anything. He did do a Pochettino-esque kind of job there, and he took him as far as he could. But yeah, I don't know. Again, irrelevant. But if I'm Levy, he's my number one choice. If I'm Levy, he's my number one choice purely because he is free. He is that yes man. He is desperate for a job. He knows he's not being enticed from anywhere. So Levy has more of a whatever I say goes kind of narrative with a Brendan Rodgers. He'll play attractive football. All his teams do. Even Leicester did, especially when they won the FA Cup. But is he going to be a winner? Is he the man to take us to the next level? I don't know. I don't know, man. He just seems a bit. Best way to describe him is wet.
Yeah. Asthmatic?
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Who knows about them tune there? Hey, you didn't think I knew that?
Yeah.
Wet.
It's those.
So yeah, I have to agree, man. He's a bit of a wet wipe, isn't he? He's a bit of a...
Oh yeah.
He did do his thing at Celtic, but I mean, Jeremy did his thing at Rangers.
Who doesn't? Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a bit moist. Yeah, I'm trying to find pros. Obviously, like you said, he's a free hit, not a free hit, but he's cheap and easy. He's low risk. He's British.
Oh yeah.
And also, you might be able to squeeze a cheeky Madison. You know, comes for Spurs, come with Madison, yeah. Oh, Tielemans as well, yeah. Come aboard. Yeah, no.
Rodgers got all cockney all of a sudden. Madison, come on, mate.
I thought you were Scottish, bro. Scottish. Nah. But yeah, if I'm Levy, it's lazy. It's lazy. But at the same time, you know what you're getting. The fans want attacking football. He's attacking football. He's entertainment. We've got entertainment. He's also won a cup with Leicester. So you guys want trophies. I'm showing ambition. Tick, tick, tick. So like, I think, me personally, if the targets all start to fall away, Brendan Rodgers, all of a sudden, he becomes front runner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nagelsmann starts to wise up and says, you know what, actually, Atletico down around. Simeone's leaving. I think I might go Atletico. Do you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, he's gone. Then we don't show enough early interest in Schlott, and Schlott ends up at West Ham because West Ham get rid of Moisey. Moyes out. So, or I don't know, Palace look for their new manager and Slot says, you know what, the money's good. I'm in London. I'm in the Premier League. Let's do it. You know? And then we miss out on Schlott because we're waiting to find a director of football before we make our next move. Then we have to look for the next manager. Can't go another 100 days without finding a manager. Or
100 days.
Yeah. So panic. Oh, wet my bed, shit my bed. Oh, Rodgers. There you go. And that's what I think.
I've predicted two things, Ash. I've said we're going to go 100 days without signing a manager, and we're going to offer Sanchez a contract.
Sanchez.
Mate, there's no way one of our top record signings is going into his last season, and there's no way Lineker is sitting back and thinking we're going to let him go on a free. I go, even if it's a 1-year extension, I'm telling you now, we're going to go 100 days without a manager, and we're going to offer Sanchez a contract. I guarantee it.
Wild to me.
That's my prediction, man. That's my prediction.
I didn't realize how rough it is as being a Spurs fan. That is mad to me. Oh my.
All right. The last one.
I didn't speak about Rodgers.
Oh yeah. I'm
just going to get a drink, mate. All right, just going to get a drink.
Rodgers is an interesting one because if Tottenham Hotspur appoint Brendan Rodgers, even the most ardent Levy inner will be Levy out. This is the furthest thing. So Brendan in.
Yes.
No one wants Brendan Rodgers. Anyone that wants Brendan Rodgers to be Tottenham manager is usually probably an Arsenal fan because they want us to get even worse than we already are. This is the worst choice, and that is probably why we're going to go for him. The absolute worst choice to be the Tottenham manager. A horrific choice of manager. Falls out with every single one of the clubs he's at. Has problems with his style of football. Get him in. Turn all the Levy-inners Levy out. They will all turn within the day. They will all be wearing purple and gold. Get him in.
Yep. I totally agree. Yep. Actually, how about the Levy out
Closest to the
movement?
door is good by me.
Yeah. It would definitely help the Levy out movement if we get Brendan Rodgers. Because I see people, I don't think anybody would be happy. Even happy campers like, yeah. Yeah. So the last candidate, all right, guys, don't get your jizz on. Those are on the chat and
Get your jizz on.
don't get your jizz on. But Mr. Nagelsmann, pros, pressing philosophy that he has learned from Mr. Ragnick, an innovative coach who looks to improve his team, attacking, beautiful champagne football, sexy. Oh yeah, football 3-5-2 system, possession, and a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 to defend. Now there is cons, right? Apparently, he has lost the support of players. He's gone toe-to-toe with players, especially at the Bayern locker room. Apparently, one of the big scandals at Bayern was a sex scandal with the team reporter. You know, it's like saying, well, I won't say that, but
Say it, man. Say it.
No, it's like, well, I was gonna say, well, it was team reporter said someone having a sex scandal, Valley Gold on the Spurs team, but so those are the cons.
Ellie Gold. Whoa.
I mean, she was one of the major press for Bayern Munich, and so it was a big scandal. So we start with Ben. Yale Dale, this guy who expects you to not only hire a director of football, but expects you, Levy Kaufman, to have some ambition, to stay out of football business and just worry about your wallets.
Yeah.
Yale Day.
Well, this is the manager we should get. If we get him and Ralph Rangnick, we might actually start acting like a football club. Because those two, even if you look at Ralph Rangnick's time at Man United, he's not a coach anymore. He's been out of the pan for too long to be a coach. But the players he identified for Man United, players like Caicedo, the people in the chat would look at other players he identified, have all gone to clubs and flourished. The man knows football. He knows scouting. It would be a brilliant idea to have Ralph Rangnick and Nagelsmann come in together. They've worked together, which would be another thing that would be a great thing, because they wouldn't have to learn each other's style of play, because Nagelsmann has come from that cloth of the way Rangnick used to play. And he will work with the youth players. He brought youth players through at Leipzig and Hoffenheim before that. But most importantly, look at his record at Bayern Munich this season. 8 Champions League games, 8 wins. He's a top coach. The players might have thrown him out. He was a top coach. He was winning games of football. And the moment Tuchel lost the same amount of games in 3 games than Nagelsmann lost the entire season. This is a great coach. This is the man you should move heaven and earth for. And that means we won't get him. David Pleatin.
I love it. I was waiting for that. Okay. Bob.
Yeah.
All right.
Ralph Ragnick can do all he wants. He can do a Hitchin or a Mitchell, whatever he wants. There's only one person signing the checkbook.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
It always comes down to that.
It's the Levy. Ash?
He's trying to think of a song.
Mr. Levy, there's a player I've identified. Can you get him for me? He'll make my center backs better. Yeah, give me the center back. I need him now. Okay. 31 days later.
Yeah.
I'm still interested. Hey, get it.
Yeah.
You don't mesh.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be here at Hotspur Lane, and we still haven't seen any movement. Vegas was looking very annoyed at the moment, but we can't see anyone at Tottenham Hotspur Way. We're still waiting here. Like maybe 11 o'clock, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Ralph, you know how you came to me inquiring about that French international defender who's kept 32 clean sheets out of 38 games? We tried. So instead, we've brought you the Moldovan third division defender of the year. There you go. Enjoy. Deal with it.
Back to you, Koff. What have you got to say about the Mount?
Leandro de Mal is finally signing for Tottenham Hotspur. Finally, he's arrived.
Oh man, we will drive this dude crazy. You talk about loss of support. You'll join the list of Jose Conte. I've come here. I've tried to keep my mouth shut. You know the speech. I've kept my mouth shut. I've tried real hard. But these players, they show no ambition. So I'm thinking by consensus, we're thinking that Brendan Rodgers is going to probably be our coach.
Mason in.
No, Rodgers in. We want Levy out. Get Rodgers in. Get Levy out.
Yeah.
We might get relegated, but we'll get Levy out.
Oh man, things are about to get wild. Ash, I don't know if you've seen the previous episodes of Spurs Love Lounge, but this is where it gets crazy. The last 30 minutes, especially the bobsled.
Is it about
especially the bobsled question of the night. But before we get to that, I love to have fun. Sometimes I'll do a caption this, or I'll do a new game show. Here we go. Spurs broke. Oh, they really good.
Yeah, I love this game.
Daniel Lee. The Alfreds. Then Harry Kane. And followed by David Webb. Who go outside the club? Running. Myself. And then last Courtney King Charles. All right, guys. The game is called What Are They Really Saying? Everybody that's on there had said something, but sometimes they BS and they bullshit. So us in the panel and those who are watching the stream right now, post, what are they really saying? Our first person is Daniel Levy. This is from the 3-0 score of Liverpool before we came back to equalize, and then Lucas Moura gives Liverpool the victory 4-3. Daniel Levy at this point is 3-0. What are they really saying? Daniel Levy. Ben, we'll start with you.
This stuffed Kishka has gone straight to my ass.
Okay, we can see that. Bob.
And I thought my team, Arsenal, were butlers.
Okay. Asthmatic.
I wonder if I can get 3 fingers up on this ass.
And cynical dad just took my answer. At least I'll have money from the other.
There you go.
Oh, you took my answer. Good job, cynical dad. That was the answer. That was what Daniel Levy was thinking. At least I have money for the NFL, the concerts, and the F1 go-kart. All right. Our next person, Harry Kane, interview with Sky Sports. He was talking about if the club showed ambition, he wants to help in the future in fixing the DNA. Bullshit. Ben, what is Harry Kane really saying?
One more year, and I'm going to the NFL.
He has talked about the NFL. Yes, that is true. Bob.
He's actually saying, "Oh, I should have gone to Man City, but it's a bit late now. Maybe I'll just stay another year. But on Chelsea, no, I can't go Chelsea because I'll kind of mess up my So I'll stay. Man City aren't coming for me, so no 1 year. But I'll coming to Spurs."
That was a perfect presentation.
I'll probably repeat that. Next person.
I don't know. You gotta follow that. That was perfect, Harry.
Hi kids. Hi kids. These are my golf clubs. I'm trying to do the breathing. Yo.
All right. It's my turn. Charlie, please don't fuck this up this time. Please. Please don't fuck this up, Charlie. All right. All I just need you to do is just go with the plan. Don't fuck this up, Charlie. Please. This year. Don't fuck it up.
Actually thinking, fuck me, I've got to play another year with Eric Dyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder how many more kids I can have. Call me Father Kane.
Yeah.
Soundboy says, Kane.
Or maybe he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Possibly actually saying, maybe box office was right.
Yeah.
Big up, Boxy.
Next one, David Webb. We'll start with Bob. What he really wanted to say.
What he really wanted to say was, what people say I look like a fat Bruce Willis.
Ash.
Hasta la vista. That's the reason. Yippee-ki-yay, sorry.
Okay.
Simon, you are the owner. You actually are number one twat.
David Webb. David Webb really wanted to say, fuck this. I'm telling the truth. Daniel Levy fucked up every transfer that we had, great transfer we could have gotten. Poor Steve Hitchen. His pants got pulled down by Daniel Levy. We had Skinner signing, and his dumb ass, iconic ass, his dumb bald ass fucked up the deal. That's what I really want to say, Simon. That's what I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Yeah.
Not so many words.
I think I can't remember what David Webb. I think for my opinion, I'm thinking like really, really strong Cockney's thinking. This fucker Levy, yeah. He thought we should sign fucking Clinton Njai over Sadio Mane, yeah? This fucker don't know what he's fucking talking about. He's absolutely fucking clueless. He's a fucking prick. And I'm fucking done, and I'm having a pie and mash. Levy, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And as always, Levy.
That's it. Typical Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying is David Webb grew a top knot. His hair went black, and he grew a top knot, and he went, "Fuck off, mate."
Yeah, fuck off.
Fuck off, mate.
David, I don't like your language, and you're gonna have to go. You're offending my boy.
David Kiriakou. It's not Danny Kiriakou. It's Davy Kiriakou.
David Kiriakou. David Webiakou. David Webiakou.
You're offending my boy. And I will come back with a comeback video tomorrow for your comments.
I'm gonna speak with you, Cambridge pricks.
Yeah.
Fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
This one, I'm doing this one first. Erling Haaland is telling Vinicius, "Did you know that Arsenal actually thought that they were going to win the league?" Vinicius was laughing. So actually thought they had a chance to win the league. 257 days, and they actually thought they had a chance to win the league. But
I think Haaland went to Vinicius and went, "I'll be back." And I think Vinicius went back, "Le Mail" by Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I think Haaland is whispering to Vinicius, "Oh, I just want to say your skin is so fine."
I got jungle fever.
Or he went full Tom Baker's Doctor Who and went, "Would you like a jelly baby?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ash,
I was gonna say he stole my one. I was gonna say, oh man, my six pack's anything like yours, man. I'll be so happy.
Oh yeah. Vinicius, I'm packing too.
What he really said. Haaland again. I think Haaland's gone all cockney. It's went, "Oi, Vinny, you know there's this fucker on Spurs YouTube that says I'm worse than John Carew."
Disrespect.
then I thought he was going, "Mr. Box Office, the Hotspur Prince." That's what I think he's saying.
Nice. All I'd say, I let my hair
Big
out.
up, Alex. Big up, Alex.
Thanks, man. Big
What a
up,
legend.
Oh, Bryce. Oh, man. All right, the next one. All right. Ash may not know about this, but I had a little trouble pronouncing a Turkish team not named Galatasaray. Think of the other one. That starts with
Galatasaray? You mean Galatasaray?
Galatasaray. Not the one that starts with an F.
Fenerbahce.
Yeah, Fenerbahce, but he called it Barish.
I've seen it 3 times, Bob. I've been on your show.
Mari, yeah.
Oh.
Barish.
I was rapping.
You've got to dissect it.
Fresh. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
You have to dissect it because I think Scotty M in the chat is probably in the chat thinking, "Why am I spending time on these fuckers when I can be in Disney World? I can be on Small World with my Mickey ears having a great time. I've got to listen to this shit again about how Emerson Royale's a decent fullback. I've got to listen to this again." Eugene is probably thinking, "Fuck me, it's late." Because it's probably at this time, Eugene's probably still in bed at this point. I don't know what time it is.
Oh,
I'm so fucking tired. Bob's probably thinking, "Oh yeah."
I'm thinking, I don't want to be involved in this.
Probably not.
Looks like he should be kept away from school. So that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Scott
Anybody
was
else?
busy having a
I
little
don't know what
debate.
you're thinking in this, Mario. You're probably thinking, Jesus Christ, Scott Evans coming to Disney World. He's going to be near me.
Scott's in the debate right now.
Yeah, he's in his own little world, pissing people off, being negative as usual. Big up, Scott.
Big up, Scotty.
Ash, what do you think I'm saying here? Or trying to say?
You're looking like prime fat man Scoop in this shop, man. Big shots, big shots.
Broke the squad, broke the man, broke the squad, fat man Scoop, broke the squad.
I never knew there was a Turkish football team like that before.
Oh man.
What's that show called? The Undateables.
Yeah. Usual suspect.
And the last one. Apparently, King Charles was annoyed in his carriage. Huh. What?
Oh.
Man, what was Charles really saying here? Because he mumbled some words, and everybody's trying to pronounce it.
He's probably saying, "Oh, this carriage has been designed by that fucker Daniel Levy. Purple and gold until Tottenham are sold." Yes. He's got the purple and gold on. Big up, Kingy.
Bryce says, Mari saying King misses his spit. That was from the previous picture.
Yeah, Diana was though.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Yeah.
No, what he's really saying is, I asked for the 2022-2023 World Car of the Year, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, but they failed to bring it to me. So I asked for the 2023-2024 World Car of the Year, the Hyundai Ioniq 6, and they failed again. So I'm with the carriage instead. By the way, if you're after a Hyundai, get in touch.
I don't think a member of the royal family has ever sat in a Hyundai. He's probably thinking, this isn't by Range Rover.
Yeah. Mate, don't knock it. World Car of the Year, mate. World Car of the Year. 2 years in a row.
Or he's
2 years in the row.
He's also.
Bryce is getting some good ones. Charles is looking at Mari and saying, "Get my wife's name out your fucking mouth." Followed by Luca saying, Mari's last
man.
bucket. Oh no! Now he's after Camila. Oh.
He's probably what he's actually thinking is he's probably thinking, did that guy just say that Erling Haaland is an above-average John Carew?
What he's actually saying, look at all these wankers waving at me while I'm playing with my Todger.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Or he's saying, no wankety wank this week.
Yeah. Where is one's wankety wank this week?
Where is my fix of Bob Spur TV and dastardly buffoon Couva 99?
Yes.
No, he's saying, have Spurs sacked Antonio Conte?
Yeah.
Leave him fucking out.
Purple and gold.
He looks like he's looking for his next side chick. He's like, I'm tired of Camilla, so I need something.
Yeah.
I'm the king now. Kiss the ring.
Level up.
I'm looking for my next side piece.
King Henry had 8 wives. I need about 8 side pieces.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man. And that was the first ever Spurs role play.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna end off with tradition, the Bob Spur question of
Are you doing it?
week. Yeah, I'm doing it, man. Ash, it gets really ridiculous with the Bob Spur question of the week. But it's always there's a lot of deep thinking with this question. And so It's gonna cost.
Is it like Never Mind the Buzzcocks, or is it like Countdown?
Kind of.
That kind of. Yeah.
It's like pointless. Literally pointless.
Or is it like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Do I get to ask a friend, or?
Yeah, you can answer.
Like
I think by looking at the question, you'll kind of gauge what kind of.
Oh yes, Scott. I wasn't following the debate, but he says you're such a pathetic example of a clueless Arsenal fan that clearly has no idea about Spurs.
They're having their own little thing going on. Scott, we're talking about you on fucking stream, and you're still going in. You and Mr. Post Office, got your little lovers tiff going on in the fucking comments. Get over it. Read the fucking room, man. Come back to it.
Oh, man. I love Scott, man. Oh man. The
Post Office, Mr. Post Office, Scott M. Fucking get a room.
Yeah.
And the Bob Spur question of the week. Question 4. Same dates, same
I want to know where that little shadows come from on your belly. What the fuck's that?
All
So,
right.
yeah.
Question
So,
up. Same things.
You
You
can try
stay
it,
at a dinner table and in the bedroom. I got one.
Go on.
Can I get some stuffing, please?
Oh, yeah.
I've got one.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, you finished already?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Turnover?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Bryce says, "Oh, it's moist."
There we go. Yeah.
We're talking about the turkey.
Don't spit it out till you've tried it.
Would you like a sausage?
Luke is on it too. Have a munch on this.
Yeah.
What was that, Ben?
Would you like a sausage between these buns?
Yeah.
Say that.
Also, Bobby, would you mind putting the Shawshank Redemption on?
You can fuck
Shawshank slander. I'm not sure I like this. I'm not sure I like it.
It's well known now. Nothing's going to
It's a
change.
great movie. I don't know why I watch anymore.
Tango and Cash is 10 times better. Anyway.
What about Turn and Hooch? Is that allowed? I don't know.
Well,
Mary Poppins, right? It's all about Mary Poppins. The greatest movie of all time.
Same things you can say.
Same things you can say at the dinner table and in the bedroom.
Oh,
can I have some juice, please? Can I have some juice, please?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1991 Cup Final, big up Paul Stewart.
Okay, I guess we can say that in the bedroom.
Paul Stewart is what Bob likes to call his Todger.
That's it, yeah. Why is there no why is there no toad in my hole? There's many more. I would put up what Scott's saying, post office, but they're still at it.
You can say this in the bedroom. We did it. We did with the fight. How would this dude get coolest you are about Spurs?
Cynical dad. Honestly, I'm full. I can't. Bryce,
That's a good one.
Listen, just shut your eyes and gobble it down.
Oh, cynical dad. Honestly, I'm full. I can't fit anymore.
Shane B's got a good one. Breast meat or dark meat? Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got one.
Go on.
Who let you out the kitchen?
Oh, he said it. He said it.
Y'all found it.
I do not endorse this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saving my skin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
After all the things we said, and that's the one that ticked us
We
off.
need a shorter chain. So,
What type of channel is this? Expecting more from you guys. More crassness.
seconds, please.
All right. So I think that's it for the question of the week. But before we go, we have a game on Saturday, and is a preview of the game against Aston Villa. And preview of the Aston Villa game. Aston Villa has come all the way from 17th to the highest 6. Good evening.
Good evening.
Emery has done a wonderful job with Aston Villa. And this is a huge game. I didn't think we have any huge games left. I'll be honest, I have been checked out. I am one of the few who didn't want Europe. But then again, I was convinced there are some pros, I guess. Europa League, meaning that next year gives us another opportunity to get into Champions League if we don't get into top 5. Remember, it's changing. When the Europa League next year, you go into the Champions League. So I kind of changed my mind. So since I changed my mind, this is a big game. But once again, we're on the road. We suck on the road. Ben, what do you think about Saturday's game coming up?
What I think is I really don't care anymore. Purple and gold until Tottenham are sold. Unai Emery is going to do the double over us. And I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to do what Kuva likes to say.
Yeah.
Turn off, you Spurs. I'm going to watch The Temple of Doom or any other of the Indiana Jones movies. Not number 4, because number 4 sucks. And I'm going to have a nice day. I'm not going to let Tottenham ruin my weekends. I'm fed up with Tottenham ruining my weekends. We're going to go at Aston Villa and we're going to get beaten. We're not going to do what we did against Palace 2 weeks in a row, especially if Longley is actually injured. I think he actually, I don't know if he's actually injured, but if he's not playing at the weekend and we've got Dyer back in that back 4, we're getting destroyed with Ollie Watkins up front. I've got no hope in this team whatsoever. And this is what happens when you're poorly run for many, many years. But I'm gonna say 2-0 Aston Villa. I think they're a much better team than we are. Not better players, but a better team.
Better team. No, I would definitely agree. Bobs, what's your thought of Saturday's game?
Isn't it amazing that if Villa beat us 2-0, won the same amount of games, lost the same amount of games, drawn the same amount of games, and on the same goal difference, if they beat us 2-0 and the same points. So, Villa are kind of, they have to, if they want any faint hope of qualifying for the Europa League, they need to win. It's a must-win game for Aston Villa. They're going to be coming out all guns blazing. 4-1 Spurs.
Right.
The traditional 4-1.
Standard.
Ash, your thoughts about the upcoming game?
I mean, Aston Villa lost against Wolves 1-0. Lost against
So did we.
1-0. Both of those games were away. When they're at home, they tend to win. And when Tottenham Hotspurs play away, we tend to lose. So on that metric alone, I think that we will do the impossible and we will lose 2-1. You thought I was gonna flip flop, right? Yeah, nah, I got you. Yeah, wasn't gonna lose. Not today. 2-1 to Villa, because I just think between Ashley Young, between Monero, between Ramsey, between Buendia, between Watkins, between what's his name, Douglas. I think that midfield four, even McGuinn, the Irish Maradona, the Irish Maradona. They're going to run in circles around the Spurs team. It's going to be their 4 in midfield versus our 2 in midfield. And we're going to try and do this counter-attacking thing because they're going to be pressed into our box. And when we do the counter-attack, they're going to do something called a counter-press. And that's when we lose the game. That's when they score. The pressure is the pressure. The pressure. These players, the pressure. Especially when you need to go for something, that's when we start to fall down. Defensively, we had looked more solid against Palace, but that was Palace. I think Emery, tactically, just another level up. I know Roy is a master tactician. Roy, old school Roy. Roy the Rovers. He still got it, but I just think, good evening. He's going to have the answer for us. We'll come unstuck in Birmingham. I need to get down to that. Brommy. Kane will probably score. So it will be the 2-1. That's what I predict. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I'm a Spurs fan and I want Spurs to win. I am a Spurs fan, so yeah.
Don't underestimate how important the game is for Villa, and I think that might play into our hands.
Unlike other teams, Villa turn up in big games. Yeah. We don't.
If there was no pressure on us and we weren't trying to go for anything, we just didn't care, I think we get a result. But as soon as we put pressure on ourselves, pressure. Players, they don't like pressure. They don't like it. So, yeah.
It is the history of Tottenham.
I was triggered when I heard that. I said no. Post-match. Chili.
When it comes to expectations, we fold like a deck of cards. I've said this the last couple of weeks, and it's perfect timing, right? We just won 1-0. It's Crystal Palace. People didn't think we were going to win, and we're on a high. Big Aston Villa. I'm going to be honest. I think we're going to fold like a deck of cards. I think it's going to be actually the same scoreline Ash has, 2-1. But I'm like Bob, I hate predicting that we're going to lose. So I'll say 2-1 Spurs, but my head is saying it'll be 2-1 Aston Villa. My heart says 2-1 Spurs, but my head says...
I see it scoring away from home. I don't see it scoring away from home. Not with their defense.
It's just... I don't see it. But this team surprises us sometimes. So, yeah.
It's the hope that kills you, my brother. I'm telling you.
I've got no hope left.
Tottenham, that's what Tottenham do. They just give you a little a little glimmer, a little sun ray, and then you're like, oh, well, maybe we can not get Conference League and get Europa, and then they snatch it from your soul. Every time they love it. They love it. They love to do it. Yeah. That's what I said.
Snatch hard, just
like what's her name? Madeline. They do a Madeline on you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's
wrong, guys?
I thought Wanky Wank. Okay, Bob.
You know how
I need to get Ash on Wanky Wank.
What kind of stream is this?
You know, you hold a piece of meat and you just tease the dog, and the dog's like, that's Spurs too. It's just like hope, no hope, no hope,
Bit like
no.
Gary Glitter.
Yeah.
Ash is going on.
For the schoolboys.
Ash is definitely coming on wank to wank. Oh yeah.
You know what you just signed up for us.
This was your audition. You didn't even know it.
Next week.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Savile, but I thought that was too far. So
No, mate, you're not seeing wank to
I'll
wank.
pull back.
You've not seen Wank to Wank.
Yeah, he does see wank to wank. The guys in the chat will tell you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Before we go, let's where everybody can find you. Once again, please hit a like. Man, I'm horrible saying that. Please hit a like. I don't even know how many likes we got. I'm hoping that we had. Cause I saw
84. We have 84.
Oh, that is 3/4. That's good. Oh snap! Out of 115. Good job. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100 last 5 minutes. Let's get to 100 likes. Yeah. But starting with Ben, where can everybody find you? I put all the links to the 3 on my panel. Start with Ben. Where can people find you?
You can find us on the Coffee Company Monday through Friday. Your usual chill streams of we talk about nice things. We don't talk about football really on my show because it makes us all depressed. We do a great show with Bobby and Cooves on a Wednesday, which we call Brewing Bollocks, which is our little podcast where we just shout about nonsense for a solid hour. But it's your usual place to just be nice to each other. We have a wonderful time. You will see the members of the YouTube community stop by once in a while and have a nice macchiato. That's a hint, Bob. But yeah, get over to the Coffee Company. The link is in the chat. And we're on the road to 300. We're still a little YouTube channel. It's very difficult to get those subs up being a channel that's near a football community, but not actually a football channel. And you can also find us on Tottenham on Tour with Mr. Daigle, Mr. Ireland, Mr. Kiriakou when he shows up, and Ryan Isaacs and Amir. We're just starting up with these cockle-doodle-doos, which Brian has been doing in the mornings for your viewing pleasure. And yes, get over to Tottenham on Tour. It's a great place to talk about football. That's where you want to find us talking about football. But if you can give us a sub and get us up, on the little Coffee Company, we need all the support we can get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get them up. Let's go. Get them up. Ben also posted for Bob. This is where you can find him. Bob, where can they?
Yeah, Bob Spur TV every morning now. 7:45, driving to work. So the Breakfast Brew Show with me and Coover and guests. If and when we just talk about the night before, anything going on in Spurs, anything going on within the football, morning headlines, whatever. So yeah, 7:45, gone for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour while I drive to work. Haven't been arrested so far, so it's going great guns. And then in the wall back on the 20th of May with the usual randomness on a Saturday night. So not this Saturday. Next Saturday in the wall will be back.
Okay. And then got my boy here, Mr. Asthmatic. You can see him on many channels. I put the link. Yep, I put the link up for Southview Boys. Can people find you and your team?
At your mama's house, bitch.
Hush your mouth.
Down in the south. We in the south. We in the south. We don't play it. You can find us. Hit us up like these lot. Wonderful people. We need subs too. Like, since I'm not begging, I'm just saying, if you want to just drop in, hear about some football.
Subscribe.
Great emblem as well. I love
that. They got Marlon, right? He has Marlon Waynes, and you got Ash.
Purple gold. We do not get old. Tottenham till it's sold. I ain't gonna fold. I ain't got no more to say, but subscribe today, man. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Get over, man.
That channel is off the chain. Please subscribe, man. Those guys, they bring it real, and they're purple and gold until the club is sold. I just want to give a thanks. First of all, since you mentioned mothers, happy Mother's Day in the country of Mexico.
That doesn't count, man.
Yeah. Well, my main squeeze is Mexican, so I have to say.
Fair enough, yeah.
Happy Mother's Day. And then Sunday coming up here in the States. I know you guys have March, but I'll backtrack it. Happy Mother's Day.
Big up.
The UK mothers, even though I'm a month or two late for March. But yeah. Every Wednesday will be Spurs Lounge, and just check us out. Just subscribe, like, please. Get us back to 10,000K. We all know the reason why. What happened to the Mothership channel? But you know what? We persevere, and we'll just come back stronger. There's some wonderful new ideas that are coming up in the next coming weeks. So look out for that. So I'm really excited. And yeah, man, that's all I got to say. And I haven't been saying, come on, you Spurs, because there's more important things. And it's the Dago, the two Dago thumbs. It is Levy out, Enoch out, Tavistock out. Yeah, I'm going here. Purple and gold, so the club is sold.
Big up the NHS.
Big up the NHS.
All right. Big up, and I'm out.